is Dwarf Fortress, Bannerhelms, the continuation of my Let's Play. And since last time I have done absolutely nothing other than await the arrival of some migrants. So let's just unpause it and see how many we get. Hopefully loads. Okay, 5 looks like. 6. Come on, don't just give me a load of animals. Or children. Well, it seems that's everyone, so 14 dwarves. Not too bad. So, I think they actually need a meeting hall. And I don't think I've designated one yet. So it was going to be the Great Hall. I think I, for zones, you can allocate one using a table or chair, but I meant to do that last episode and I don't seem to have created any. So let's just try this. I for zones. Whoops. And just allocate all of that. And then M for meeting area. And it is active. You can toggle on and off with A if you ever should so desire. So there we go, they should congregate there. And actually, I think I might have built some tables. No, still haven't built any tables. Let's have a quick look into that, because I do remember. Well, he's made some doors. There we go. He'll be making the tables and chairs in the next few cycles. Now, where did we leave this little area last time? I needed to designate a pile of gems for this little bit here. That's a very large stockpile for gems. That's probably all I'll ever need. And let's designate a stone stockpile. There, should I? What else would a jeweler need? What else would he use? Nothing. Nothing at all. So they can hone their skills with stone. So I will put a stone stockpile there after all. Whoops. There we go. So you can set them to carve like granite or whatever, and it'll up their skills. And I think I'll have a finished goods. Oh no. G for finished goods. Stockpile there. And above them, I did one above them as well, didn't I? Furniture. So that way when they finished encrusting, they won't have to go very far. And maybe what I'll do is put the higher quality at some point. Put the higher quality gems and the higher quality goods all in the same area, with just a jeweller's shop in the middle, and let the jeweller constantly encrust the finest gems. Make sure it's a master jeweller, of course. It's a technique I've used previously. You can also have a crafts dwarfs. What else now? A forge to stud. So you have the crafts dwarfs to encrust with shell, etc. The jewelers for jewels. The forge to stud with metal, with precious metals, and something else as well. I can't remember what now. All surrounding a stockpile set to accept only your highest quality goods, and with those workshops set only to allow the master crafts dwarf access in order to do those labours. And that way you multiply value upon value over and over again, and you can really increase your fortress's wealth that way. Just buy out whole caravans with just one item after a while. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get on with this. So, the advent of new dwarves means I'll need new bedrooms. And actually that'll give the miners something to do as well. I like to do a particular layout. Might be a bit weird, I don't know. Maybe I've subconsciously stolen it from someone else. I'm not sure. If I have, then I apologise. But just doing a column of 3 by 3 bedrooms down the main central staircase is very efficient for the dwarves to get to. Okay, there we go. So whereas technically that is all I'll need, because I've only got so many dwarves at the moment, I will do that again. Maybe not the most exciting dwarf fortress, watching me carve out some bedrooms, but this is a let's play and this is what I'm doing when I'm playing. To edit it would be Sensia. There we go. So that carpenter's hasn't been removed yet, and the charcoal burning place, whatever, was never built. That's frustrating. Well, now I think all of the various dwarves will be in and settled, and yeah, there we go, all having fun. I think I might try and allocate them some labours, or we'll see what they've got. So, just go to Dwarf Therapist, connect to it, and we'll sort them by migrant wave. Am I being blind? There it is. Yes, I was being blind. Migration wave. There we go. So all of these guys will be the newer arrivals. And looking at it, actually, doesn't look like there are any children there. Oh, hang on, what's this? Yeah, just the one. Wow, am I blind that I didn't see that? Yeah. Obviously I am. So we have a mechanic. Good, I've been wanting one of those. He's also a siege engineer and a pump operator, but we won't be wanting him for those particular skills just yet. We have a plant gatherer. No argument there, that's a fine profession. Let's see. We'll have him as a processor as well, so we can do both. A furnace operator. We can remove that talent from that guy and just have this one furnace person. Refuse hauling I want to leave on a couple of these people. Not the miners though. Yeah, just the normal ones. And we'll just get rid of the less useful labours on that particular person. What else do we have here? Shearing. Not vital just yet, but he will come in handy eventually. And a animal carer, trainer, and hunter. We don't want him hunting. We want this guy hunting. Well, as far as anything else goes, I'm sure that'll become apparent later what it is we need. I think for this person actually, has this person got any? Yeah, this is the shearer. Let's just have them as a farmer as well, so it'll take some of the pressure off our cook. I'll just commit those changes. Okay, there we go. So they should have a couple of new labours enabled, or disabled as the case may be. Oh, I've just remembered. There is a particular dwarf class I wanted. Now let's see, this guy is a miller. Not much call for a miller right now, so we'll swap him out. And we'll have him as a stone detailer. And I'll just remove the superfluous labours from him. What's that one? Cleaning. Yeah, you don't want them to clean. Otherwise they start to smell. Okay. Yeah, I've never tried the optimizer. I've seen it in use on other tutorials. I prefer just to allocate people jobs by hand. Okay, there we go. Now, with a little bit of luck, yes, there we go. He's now starting to beautify the fort. We'll have him smooth everything first, and then when he's legendary, we'll have him start engraving. In the meantime, I possibly wanted some more crafts dwarfs, didn't I? Yeah, so we have a carpenter, we need a crafts dwarf and a mason. We'll separate out those three from the one. So he's currently got carpentry, masonry and stone crafting. Well, we'll just disable those two. Masonry and stone crafting. Well, this animal training guy, we'll leave animal care there, yeah. But this animal guy seems to fit the bill of a blank slate, so he can be a stone crafter and a mason. Do we really want? No. What's this one here? This one is the plant gatherer person. Do I particularly need one of those? Or is there someone else spare? Well, that's the mechanic. Yeah, he can do two things. He's not going to be making mechanisms all the time, so he can be a stone crafter. There we go. So he's separated out the three main crafting bits from that particular door. He can keep wood crafting because there's not really much call for that. He'll make a few beds and then never really use it. Maybe bins and the occasional barrel. Wood traps, actually, yeah, I do make wood traps, but whatever. Okay. I think we'll just commit that and go back to the game. It'd be nice to have someone else in the military as well. Let's put Chopper in there because we've got plenty of wood knocking around at the moment. So we'll put Chopper in there, and we need to look at their training schedule actually. So that's M to get in military, S for schedule, and where it says train 10 minimum, we'll change that to E to edit the order. Yes, train, and then there we go. 1 soldier minimum. And then we'll press C to copy that and paste it in everywhere else. There we go. And hopefully that will mean that although they will try and train, they won't have to train, and therefore they can break away to do things like eat and sleep, and therefore won't be stressed and moody and murderous because of it. Let's see if I can put a couple more beds in here. I don't need them, but let's make sure we're not picking the really good one. I saw a good one earlier. There we are. Masterpiece. Have I got an armour stand or a weapon rack? Nope. I'll set about creating those right now. Where's my masons? There we are. So, add. And we'll make 5 of those. And 5 of those. Now, mechanisms, that's something I was going to look into. Is there room for mechanics here? No. Hopefully they'll move those blocks, or maybe I won't need to. Lucky. There we go. So they should build a mechanics there, and then he can set about making stone mechanisms, which are actually quite valuable. They're one of the most valuable things you can just turn raw stone into, and if they get encrusted with gems, etc., they can become extremely valuable. So actually they're a smart move in any case, and you can just set the guy to making them and he'll become a master in no time. And they're also extremely good for defending your fort. Cage traps are brilliant. Totally overpowered. I should use cage traps to defend my fort, in fact. Weapons traps, good for anything except demons, which melt them. Okay, let the dwarves get on with that. I'll just see if there's anything else I can be getting on with. So, the poultry, that's interesting. I was going to do something with this poultry. Let's just see if I can... It was T to check what's inside a building. Well, no eggs in there just yet, but that's not unusual. I haven't forbidden their taking. So, Z for stores, and then go across the kitchen. Well, that's the vegetables we've got. That's the seeds, the drinks, plenty of dwarven wine, and hen and turkey eggs. Absolutely loads of hen and turkey eggs, which for the time being we don't want. So in actual fact I should have changed that through that menu, so we'll go back into that. Kitchen, meat other. Okay, so C to forbid the cooking of those eggs, but dwarves will still gather them, so you need to go into each individual food stockpile and then forbid eggs. There we are. And now the dwarves will hopefully leave the eggs alone to be fertilised and hatch into baby chicks. Speaking of, I think we're going to need to put some kind of vegetation in there so we can get the grazers indoors. We'll need to crack the caverns. To do so, I need to go down deep. How far did I go? That far. Should I go a bit further? No, why risk it? So, what I want to do is make a fail-safe trapdoor guard barracks kind of location, so that if all hell breaks loose in the lower levels, I can just pull a lever, the trapdoor will go up, nothing will be able to get through that, even demons from, or clowns, I should say, from the circus, and there'll be an army station there if I don't get to it in time. So that's the intention. So they'll be hollowing out this part first, and then we'll do some more up and down stairway. And although I'm going to start it off for quite a wide one, we're then going to go down into just single level, and we're going to go down quite a way. That should be plenty. As you can see, we've got a column going all the way down, which the dwarves should hopefully, in which the dwarves should hopefully find some metal. I'll start off the smelting industry. And obviously we'll open up the caverns, the spores will leak out, they will make fertile all of the various caverns and whatnot that I've hollowed out, and all sorts of weeds and funguses and minor trees will start to grow. The miracle of nature. Now, not much call for any more military at this point. I think those two guys should be able to handle anything, like the odd kobold or what have you, or a wandering Sam Squanch, which might come my way. Oh, is that the mechanics? Has that just been built? Because I do actually need some mechanisms. There we go. You can get cracking on that. What are these guys doing? Press V to have a look at what they're doing, and then is it G? I'm looking at a kitten. That's not going to help. There we go. Yeah, there. So there we go. That's McLean, my military commander, obviously on his time off, and he is storing an item in a stockpile. That guy there is the hunter, storing an item in a barrel. He is storing an item, and he's storing an item. Interesting. I wonder what the item is. If you press I, you can see it's diorite, and that's why they're probably taking a long time about it. This guy is hauling rhyolite, sphalerite, skunk leather, and can't really see. But he is carrying his battle axe, I'm pleased to see. That's good. He's going to need that. Now, what was I going to do in the bottom right-hand corner? Oh, I was going to set up an industry of some kind. So, we'll build another wood stockpile. Whoops, totally did that the wrong way. P for piles, W for wood. There we go. Shall I get rid of that little middle bit? Didn't do that there. You can see the anvil I'm about to use. There we go. And on this lower level, build E for furnaces and W for a wood furnace, and we're going to need a few of those. There we go. And W for workshops, and then F for a metalsmith's forge. Needs fire safe anvil. Why does it say that? Oh, I know why. Because I just removed the stockpile that the anvil was sitting on, and now the game doesn't know where it is. Oh well, he'll find it in a minute. You have discovered an expansive cavern deep underground, as was my intention. Is that full of miasma? Mud. It's just mud from a distance. That's good. I thought it was a rotting corpse monster. Well, first thing we need to do, designate, remove designation, and just go down the rest of the way. There we go. That's far enough. And let's work out the damage. So there's the dwarf. He's obviously carved out the thing below it, and this bit here is the only space that gets through. There's also the possibility of a diagonal entrance from there, so I need to seal this off properly. The easiest way to do so, or rather the most reliable way to do so, is to completely pave over the staircase from here. To do that you need to give your miner another exit. So we're going to designate, and we're just going to go along a couple, and we're going to go up a level or two, designate a couple there. Now a J for a downward stair at the top, I for an up down stair in the middle, and then a U for an upward stair at the bottom. So that's how he's going to get back to the main staircase. Once he does this, which is remove the upward staircase, if I could just remember how to do that, is it to designate, and then it's one of those options, isn't it? Is it Z? I seem to remember. Remove upstairs or ramp. Yeah, wicked. So, showed my age there by saying wicked. I swear to God that was cool in 1991. There we go. So he's going to remove the upward staircase, but crucially not the downward one. That will stay as like an open trapdoor style, like that. Like that, one of those. So we'll need to floor over that later. And we'll just start that off. What's all that in there? Don't like the look of that. A bat. That's not too bad. Could have been worse. Cave spiders. Well, at least they're not giant. What I really should have done there is put a hotspot on my little area. So H. Oh no. Z. No. It's capital H. Capital H. Then F6 for a new one, and Z in the right spot. There we go. So whenever I press F6, it takes me back there. Now, why aren't my guys doing... One of them's on his way there, that's fine. When he does, he'll follow that round to there. Then he'll move the stairs, I'm sure. We'll go back there and put a floor down over the open hole later. And because that's more than one space above there, There's no room for a diagonal entrance. Is there? Could they still get in with a diagonal? You've got to worry about the diagonal in Dwarf Fortress. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hollow out that whole area just so I can put a floor down over everything and make absolutely sure that there's no diagonal entrance for like a flying head. There we go. Now, I think we need to start provisioning some more bedrooms. So, first thing I'm going to do is put a bed in them. I want to make sure I don't use the masterpiece bed. I'll save that. I've always found it unfair that recent additions to the fort end up sleeping in much nicer beds than the original 7 founders. Well, not that guy. There we go. Quite an interesting rendition of the Dwarf Fortress theme tune, which is from the user Polyfinks. There you can see he is playing away in the background. This gentleman made me aware of this music on a Reddit post. I asked his permission if I could use it. He said yes if I credit him, which I do in the comments of every episode, and here he is today. I'm not sure what this is, but it looks awesome. Probably if you read his comments it'll tell you. Those bedrooms have been built, so let's go into them with the queue menu. And oh, actually what I should do is build doors, thinking about it. Everyone likes their privacy. I certainly do. If I didn't have a front door, why, I couldn't masturbate at all. There we go. Just go into them with the queue menu. Now because there's a door there, I won't have to resize them. It will kind of already know that that's where they are. Excellent. And let's designate those for a smoothing, because dwarves like to live in smooth apartments, flats, whatever. And you can see some progress has been made in that area already, but not as much as I might like. I suppose it's because I've been worried about this. There we go, exactly what I was talking about. You have the hole going down. Let's just build a floor, B, capital C, F, and then we're going to make it slightly larger, much larger, and then we're going to cover that whole area there, and we're going to use granite. What I really should do, actually, thinking about it, not for now, but for later on in my fort's development, is make some blocks. See, stone blocks are a extremely underused resource, in that you can then build things out of rock, but they weigh a quarter as much as the actual stone slab itself, and your dwarves can cart them a lot easier and quicker. Let's have a few beds while we're at it, and some cages, quite a few cages, I'm going to need those, and some bins, because I'm going to need those. For the Craft Dwarf's workshop, well, we'll have some rock crafts, we will have some rock pots, certainly, and we will have some rock, well, I don't know actually, hives and nest boxes. There we go. What did I build? Yeah, wood furnace. Why is no one building my furnaces? No one built the ones upstairs either. What's that furnace guy doing? Let's go to Dwarf Therapist and find out. Read dwarves. Let's get the most up-to-date snapshot. Well, Mr. Furnace. There he is. Didn't give him any other jobs either. What's he doing? Current job, no job. Does he need wood burning? Oops. I'm just going to call this guy Furnace. That's who you are. Well, we'll check in on him in a minute. For the time being, let's have a quick look around our fort. Now, I saw a few animals earlier. Quite a few animals knocking around. Yeah, I think I saw kittens in there. I didn't like the sound of that. So Z, and then enter to go into animals. Let's see. Well, the turkeys, we need those, and the cats, really, technically. The ewes and rams, sows and boars, nanny and billy goat, hens and rooster. A water buffalo. Well, you can butcher that. A mule, that'll be the poor bugger who dragged all of our stuff over here. Well, not much of a reward for him, but we'll butcher him as well. A lamb. Well, lamb's delicious. We'll have to butcher him. Puppies, really we need those for war dogs, otherwise I would butcher them in a heartbeat. Goat kid. I want the goat to grow up actually, especially because it's a female. The lamb, it's a male. We don't need one of those. We've got a male. Piglet, again, it's a male. Oh, and look, kittens. Yeah. We'll eat those kittens. We could just geld them. Just geld the males. Ooh, as a male myself, I can't condone that. Not even virtually. They seem to be hungry. Oh, it's because the meeting area is indoors and they need one outdoors as well, for which the cart sufficed previously, but it's been removed. Okay, so that much, and we'll call it a water source. I think it's the grazers as well, isn't it? It's the grazers who are having trouble. That problem should cease once I pasture them in a pasture with some kind of fungal growth, whatever, that's just come out of the caverns. That should happen soon. Nothing much to look at while it saves. So let's give a few nicknames. This plant gatherer. Really, I could do them doing some more. Well, that guy will move his farming labour to the plant gatherer. Those two jobs go together, and that means we've got a spare. What to do with him? Well, we do need someone to craft all those gems. We need a gem cutter / gem setter. Bearing in mind that we already dragooned what's his name into the military. Don't need to swell their ranks any further. For such a small nation as this, we'll wait until we gain a bit of traction, then we'll have a vast military budget. Keep it simple for now. We'll just have him cutting and setting gems. Where are we? He'll probably start constructing those now. How's this getting on? Now you see, this is what I was... Oh no! I thought he was trapped, but then he used the escape hatch, which is why I designed it. He's not trapped anywhere else, is he? He's not somehow stuck? What's his job? Construct building. Yeah, so he's probably still making that floor, actually. Yeah, I thought he was trapped for a moment, but yeah, there's still quite a lot of cavern floor left. Oh, that's brilliant. Well, at least he's doing his job, so we can leave him be. Hopefully no bats or flying heads will devour him in the meantime. No promises, though. This is Dwarf Fortress. So let's see if I correctly stop those eggs from being eaten. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Is there another food stockpile which I'm not aware of? I know this one is just seeds. See, nothing else but seeds. Is there another one? There shouldn't be. There shouldn't be. Should be just those two. You lose track after a while, but the fort's not exactly huge. Maybe they just need time. Oh, will it tell me if they've been claimed, actually? Unclaimed, all unclaimed. Yeah. Just needs time. Nothing's been butchered yet. All those animals I wanted butchered. Who has butchery as a skill? There we are, butcher and tanner. It's the cook brewer. Well, we'll just remove those because he's got enough on his plate as it is. And we'll give them to the new farmer. He's also a butcher and a tanner. There we go. And then he'll start killing kittens, and the cook will have some interesting meat to work with. Yes, there we go. Water buffalo has been slaughtered. That's going to give me a ton of meat. Ah, that lot still. Yeah, all my grazers are still kinda hungry. I need to pasture them outside, so and hopefully nothing will kill them at this point. So that's I for zones. And N to make it a pasture. Capital N to assign animals. And I basically want to assign anything that might graze. I think the boar actually doesn't, but I'm going to put it in there anyway, sod it. The mule, well, his days are numbered, no point putting him in there, or that lamb. I think the goat kid though was going to survive, wasn't it? Yeah, piglet's dead, kitten dead. Right. There we go. So now they should live outdoors and graze naturally on the grass tiles, as nature intended. Yep, there we go. That mule's had it. There you can see a even distribution of parts and labour there. Someone's doing the tanning. People are moving the refuse to the refuse pile, all the bones and whatnot. And other people are moving the meat into the storage area. Let's start off a few tasks. So obviously they need drinks, the dwarves. They're going to always need drink. But they're going to need lavish meals as well to give them good thoughts. That guy's automatically rendering fat, that's nice to see. And we'll give him some more lavish meals. There we are. Oh, there's a lovely little flurry of activity. A death flurry. There goes that lamb. Delicious. And there we go, the grazers are now outside, and you can see they're not moving around at all, or a little bit, but they are not hungry. They are quite happy. Of course, the sheep probably aren't very happy because they've just had their child taken off them and killed. But yeah, that's what we do. Meat is murder, especially in Dwarf Fortress. In Dwarf Fortress, doubly so. They eat kittens. Yeah, we see the dogs are happy. Dogs aren't grazers. I think those pigs are quite happy as well. They're not grazers. You can raise a pig in a 1x1 enclosure, loads of pigs in a 1x1 enclosure, I seem to remember, and treat it like a stockpile, have like a dozen in there, and you don't have to feed them, or they get fed waste, or you can imagine if that's your thing, but yeah, somehow don't die. Keep on producing other pigs. A coati. Stolen some pigtail cloth. I don't really care. It's very hard to care about that. It does illustrate that I haven't got a cloth stockpile, though. I never bother with cloth. I just trade for it. So much comes on caravans. Which reminds me, why isn't that? So, someone needs to be an architect, apparently. Probably should have noticed that earlier. It's been a while since I played. Who looks like a likely candidate? The gem setter slash cutter. I think he'll have the attention to detail, precision, and right frame of mind for the job. Being a shearer, well, that's just an added bonus. There we go, commit that. And hopefully he'll come out and do something. Has he done something down here? He has. Well, he's built those alright. So there we go, he's already got experience in architecture as well. Perfect man for the job. Congratulations, me. Oh yeah, nice bone pile. An outpost liaison and a caravan have arrived. Wow, it's a good thing I actually aimed to get that caravan thing, the depot built. Fingers crossed it'll happen. Come on. Where's that guy? Is that him? Construct building, the shearer. Yes, it is. Let's zoom in on him and follow him. No slacking now. You're on a tight schedule. Apparently my woodcrafter is on his way to being a master, if not one already. Ooh, a liaison. Hello. Great. Months ago, Zephron Rocksunder became mayor of the Occult Girders, replacing Zaphon Brass Bowls. No relation. Okay, so what do we want? Well, I suppose we could have a bit of leather, just some random leather, pigtail cloth, yeah, cave spider, well, yeah, alright, maybe a bit of cave spider. Don't need crafts, we'll be selling them to you, thank you very much. Metal, I'm not sure what metal I might want at the moment, I'm not sure, we'll come back to that another time. Gems, no, again I'll be selling those to you. Seeds, yes. Damn it. There we go, one loss of those. Anvils as well, because if you don't use them, you can melt them down. Weapons, I'll be making my own. Ammo, well actually yes, I could be persuaded to buy some ammo. Digging implements, yeah, hell yeah, why not? There we go. Drink. Some cheese. Some various powders. Extracts, well, I don't know, dwarven syrup. Helmet snake venom. I wouldn't drink it. Let's just get some meat. Damn it. That's a lot of meat, is what she said. Okay, and more plump helmets. Can't get enough plump helmets. Bags, threads. Well, actually, yeah, I'll be persuaded to have some thread. No, I don't need rope. Actually, I'll be making chain. I'll have a quiver and a backpack. Oh, I've got sand on my thing, therefore don't need glass. Some of them miscellaneous. we'll have. And some clay, because you never know. Sheets. That's obviously been added since the last time I started playing. I did play a while back actually. That was the Let's Play, thinking about it. I don't remember much about the library. A lot being added. I think I remember building a library actually at some point. Maybe you can assemble an entire library out of sheets if you just buy enough. Sounds like something Blizzard might do. Well, we've finished. Yep, that's done alright. Great. Wow. Farewell, crafty Zensignung. I look forward to our meeting next year. Our fortunes rise and fall together. Isn't that nice? Hopefully this guy will manage to get that building in place before the caravan leaves. Wow, he's moving slowly. Come on, little guy, you can do it. Oh, he's going back for another. Well, at this point we can be assured that he is actually building that particular building, and we'll leave him to do so. Now, that guy is obviously training. Oh, have I got any armour stands or weapon racks built yet? Yes, I have. So I'll have 2 of each in his little dojo there. There we go. Are those furnaces up and running? Yes, they. Oh no, they're not. They're designed, but they need masonry. I'm sure I've got a mason. He's probably just busy masoning elsewhere. I'm sure they'll be finished before long. Where are those traders? Merchants, here we go. What's that they brought? A dog. Dog in a cage. Well, there they are. What are they doing? That's the question. They're just waiting. They're going to wait there for me to build a depot. At which point they're going to head towards it. Alternately, if it turns winter, they'll go back to their own place. Yep, not much of a life being a dwarven trader, but better than being cannon fodder. Well, that guy can't make any more lavish meals. No meat. He's used all the meat already. Wow. Can I actually have a look at my food stores? I think I can. Stocks, there we go. Prepared meals. 300 odd. We think. Is it E for an enhanced view? Oh wow. Going back from that. No, that's not going to work. Well, never mind. 300 prepared meals will do fine. Oh, and how many drinks did I have? 200 odd. Brilliant. Just need to build that trade depot, that's all. Design needs masonry. Okay, what's my mason doing? He is making rock blocks. Well, I do declare. And that was on repeat as well. So he would have never stopped doing that. Well, hopefully now, once he's finished that particular task, he'll go and do another. I hope. I really hope. Go, 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 go. Well, I give up. Either he'll do it or he won't. But it won't be this episode, because I'm wrapping it up. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.